That was a failed gong.
It was. Oh no.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this week's instalment of GameTea. Now, you might notice that I have a stranger next to me. Yes, a stray unicorn has escaped her confines and joined us for GameTea. This is my beautiful assistant, Hayley.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
And we call you the GameTea unicorn, don't we? Because you are always where you are least expected and most wanted.
and there's only me. There's only one of me.
You are truly individual, darling.
I am.
Love the hair, by
Thank
the way.
you.
So say hi to everybody on the stream. Say
Hello.
hi to our lovely, lovely audience. They're very nice and they're going to be very, very gentle with you. Won't you?
I hope so.
Yes, they promise. They're going to promise. And I, of course, am everybody's adopted auntie,
Yes.
AJ. How
Yes.
is everybody this week? I want to hear from you all in chat. Hello, everybody. Oh, and by the way, we have some fabulous new emotes.
Yes.
They
I've
were
seen them.
approved.
They look amazing.
And, there they are. I can see people using them in the chat.
Oh,
Fantastic.
that's awesome.
Yeah. Jumpogo says, nice shirt.
It is very nice.
Is it mine?
It's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
absolutely
Yours
beautiful.
isn't too bad either, darling.
No.
If I do say so myself.
No, I've had this a little while.
Yes.
One of my favourites.
Oh, I'm seeing lots of new fabulous emotes in the chat. Yes, the Gonglin is now live. So copy and paste away.
Oh, he's totally my favourite.
There is some frantic goblin use in the chat tonight.
so many.
They're
So many
everywhere.
goblins. Yes.
That's exactly what you want. Goblins
Goblins everywhere.
overtaking
Yes.
the chat. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Totally.
We are very much a pro-goblin stream, aren't we?
Yes.
Well, it's been a busy week at GameTea, hasn't it?
Yeah, I believe it has.
We have been not only refurbishing the office, but we've also had an interview with Women of D&D, which is now live. It's on our Twitter. You can go ahead and read it if you would like to hear from Lucy and I.
I'm going to watch that. I'm going to read that.
Yeah,
I'm
our
gonna read that.
perspectives. And Women in D&D, really great.
Oh, yeah.
Great team.
Totally.
And they are out there just elevating female voices all the time in this industry. And that brings us, in fact, to what we're celebrating this week, Hayley, because we are celebrating International Women's Day,
Yeah, 'cause
which
that
was yesterday.
Yes, it was yesterday.
Yes, absolutely. So, chat. Now, if you are of the male persuasion, please don't feel excluded, because we love the fellas. We do love the fellas. But this is an opportunity for us to talk about our heroines, femme fatales, females of the species that are more deadly than the males. Yes, most definitely.
Totally.
So we've got a packed stream for you tonight. We're giving away 2 prizes. There are 2 puzzles, both of which have been conceived by your puzzle mistress.
I'm not very
Herself
good
a
at
femme fatale. I like the way you just agree with that.
I have to. no, it's true. It's true.
Yes, so we'll be talking about some of our favourite women from tabletop and gaming and myth and legend and more.
Yes.
Yes. Now, I wanted to begin really by saying last week we were talking a lot about superstitions.
Yes.
And that really got me thinking about the deadly feminine in superstitions.
Yes.
Because women have a huge role to play in folklore. And we mentioned last week that black cats are incredibly lucky to sailors. And they are considered the most lucky type of cat.
Yes, very lucky.
But do you know what's considered unlucky on a ship?
A woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that statement.
Now, you know that very well, don't you? Because we play a nautical campaign together.
Yes, we do. Yes. And it's really good. I'm really, really enjoying the campaign and things like that. So
Yes. So, I mean, sailors, very, very superstitious folk. For them, bad omens and good omens could be found all around them. And that's just the nature of being a sailor when you're contesting the wild elements every day of your life. You look for meaning in the chaos.
in those kind of like military scenes, women are classed as lower grade citizens. They're classed as the weaker of the species. So
Well, oftentimes a woman aboard a ship would be a bit of a distraction for the male
well,
crew.
very, very much so. Yeah, very much so. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, and so there is actually another reason why women were considered unlucky aboard a ship. Now, all ships are female.
Yes, they do. They're all named after women.
Not named after women, but they're all referred to as a she or a her. So even if a ship is a man of war,
still a she.
She's still a she.
Okay.
Now, it was believed that the ship, as a female herself, would be jealous of a feminine presence aboard.
Ooh.
Yeah, because she's kind of considered the captain, you know, that was her husband and the sailors were her children, and this is the superstition that arose with sailors. However, the most unlucky thing a sailor could see was, of course, a siren.
Oh dear.
Oh, yes.
Oh dear.
Yes. Yeah. Beginning with the Odyssey, 2,500 years ago, Homer's epic poem. Sirens were considered the worst thing that a seafaring person could possibly witness. But they weren't, in fact, what you would consider as a fish-tailed mermaid. Oh, no. No, sirens were winged.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a bit of an odd thing to associate with a siren.
Now, chat, anybody who's played Final Fantasy VIII or Final Fantasy XIV, I know there are a lot of you. You'll know that sirens in those two games are winged.
Yes, there's a summon in... I haven't played Final Fantasy VIII for a long time, but I believe there is a summon that's...
Yes. And she has wings.
And she does.
Yes.
Oh.
So it wasn't until very recently the idea of this siren and the mermaid became sort of conflated, and it gave us our modern version of the mermaid. Because a siren and mermaid, they're almost interchangeable nowadays, aren't they? But they weren't always. No, they weren't. So my first question for you then, and for chat, what is your favourite female monster? Right, let's get some answers from chat. I know they are itching to go tonight.
Favourite female monster?
Yes.
In any capacity? Real life, games, film?
Any capacity. It is, after all, International Women's Day, so let's not be constrained. Chat, I want to hear from you as well. In general, video games, throw them at us.
Oh, it's got to be Shiva.
Yeah.
It's got to be Shiva.
Yeah.
But the Final Fantasy VII version of Shiva.
Why the Final Fantasy VII version in particular?
Oh, anyone that knows me knows that I'm absolutely obsessed with Final Fantasy VII. It's literally... I could play that game for hours and hours and hours. Yeah. It's just the fact that when she comes down, when you summon her, and she comes down and she just does this.
She's graceful. She slays. That's what she does.
Totally.
That's exactly what she does.
It's the bringing the arm across, and then when she shatters the ice. That's literally. Yeah.
Kiltia says Medusa for me.
She's up there as well.
Medusa the Gorgon. Throughout history, such a powerful symbol adopted by so many different companies, armies, houses, Versace.
Yes.
Come on now. Can I surprise you?
You can always surprise me, dear.
I think my favourite female monster is probably the alien queen from the Aliens franchise.
No, that doesn't surprise me at all.
No, because you know I love...
No, that doesn't surprise me at all.
You know I love ants, don't you? Yes, that's one of my deepest, darkest secrets, chat. I'm an ant lover.
She is an ant lover.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. When my little princes and princesses in my garden have their nuptial flights, I'm all about that. I'm feeding them honey. I'm feeding them honey and jam.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
I love it.
Alien
but ants are fascinating, darling, and the reason why ants were so good and that they inspired the alien queen. There's so much to love about a queen ant. But for me, when the queen ant, she has her nuptial flight and she mates. At that point, what she will do is she will become photophobic. So she will seek the darkness from that point onwards. That's the only time in her life that she sees the sunlight. One nuptial flight. Yes. Wow. And then, in order to feed her children, you know what she does? She tears off her own wings.
Okay, the ultimate sacrifice then.
Yeah, she tears off her own wings so she will never fly again. And the muscles that form the bulk of her body that powered her flight will be used to give birth and to feed the first generation of babies, her first daughters, her nanitics as they're called.
Well,
yes, chat, I'm an ant lover.
And facts right
I
there.
had no shame about it whatsoever.
The David Attenborough of the ant world.
Thanks. So we've got some answers in Titania, Garuda, mine are from Final Fantasy, says Leo. Crumpet says Tiamat, the Queen of the Dragons. Great one. Yeah. Also in D&D.
Yes.
Yeah. Anybody who's played a D&D campaign will be familiar with Tiamat. Yeah, she is the Queen of the Chromatic Dragons, source of all evil, really.
3 heads, I think she has.
Yeah, yeah. Lucy says Greek Sphinx.
Yes.
You had to solve her puzzle, otherwise she ate you. Love it. You know, I'm a big riddle lover myself.
Yep.
Yeah, and Dr. Breus was about to say Sphinxes too, elegant and deadly.
Yes, major symbol for ancient Egyptian mythology as well.
Leo says Leviathan is technically a she as well. I did not know that.
No, I didn't know that either.
Lucy says, I love the fact she is snake, lion, eagle and human all together.
So a lot of...
I'm really shocked, actually, nobody said GLaDOS from Portal.
Yeah, I was reading an article today on female characters and protagonists and antagonists in video games today.
Yes.
And she was, on one blog that I was looking at, she was rated number 3 out of 10.
Yes.
As one of those. So.
Yeah. Who was number 1? Shodan. Was it Shodan?
No.
Gotta be Shodan. Oh, who was it?
It was Metroid.
Oh yeah, Samus. Yeah.
Yeah, Samus.
Yeah,
She's a
great protagonist.
In that particular, blog, she was number 1.
Yeah.
And that a lot of people didn't know in the first Metroids that actually Metroid was female, not male.
Yes, absolutely. That was a pleasant surprise for everybody when her armour came off at the end.
Yes, totally.
Jumpogo said GLaDOS is a brilliant character. Yes. I love rogue AIs. I love female rogue AIs. Now, if you've played BioShock...
I have a long time ago.
Well, you may know that before BioShock, there was a game called System Shock. And BioShock was sort of the spiritual successor. In System Shock, they had a rogue AI called Shodan. And now, see, GLaDOS had humanity. She was a great villain, but she was something that you could sympathise with. And there was a really nice kind of mother-daughter relationship going on with Chell, the protagonist, and with GLaDOS. But Shodan... No. Shodan was not human. She was devoid of humanity. She is an excellent villain. Completely unlike GLaDOS. Because she sort of, in essence, awoke to find herself divine and viewed humanity as nothing more than these specks of dust. So she is almost like humanity itself in the fact that she dislikes her own creators. So she embodies some very complex philosophical themes. You know, as a super intelligence, as an AI awakening, you wonder, what would their first action be? And many people think that an AI could be the most dangerous thing that humanity is possibly capable of creating, because its first step would be to eradicate us.
Well, look at Terminator. That's all I'm going to say on that one. Look at Terminator. Skynet, man.
And so it really does. Shodan presents some really interesting philosophical questions because, are we worthy of redemption? We've created an AI god. Are we worthy of redemption? I am.
You are, obviously. Me? I don't know.
I can answer that question for you. Yes, I am worthy of redemption. Crumpet says Tara Bradford from Final Fantasy VI. She may be the hero, but evil and monster is subjective. So to all the people she faced, all the people she stopped in their tracks, she was a monster to them all. Agreed. That's a complex character. And, at the beginning of the game, she is on the side of the baddies. happily on the side of the baddies. Souffle says Kerrigan from StarCraft. Yes, totally in agreement with you. Leo says Sylvanas pre-battle for Azeroth was a great villain.
Oh, Sylvanas. I absolutely love her.
Fantastic. Lucy says, I want to run a one-shot where I'm just this white mass DM sitting at the table. Assume that you're going to be playing a rogue AI there. Lucy's really interested in running sci-fi, so yeah. And Gametee says, I love the big sisters from Bioshock 2. Yes, same. Oh, yeah. Same, absolutely. Edia from Final Fantasy VIII absolutely slays as well. She does, doesn't she?
Beautiful, elegant in her way of doing everything.
Yes, indeed. Indeed. Did you know the city of Warsaw in Poland has a fighting mermaid as its crest?
Does it?
It does. Oh, absolutely. And apparently, it's said she's the sister of the Little Mermaid, whose statue is in Copenhagen. Oh. Hans Christian Andersen's story, of course.
See, now, the Disney version of that, it's got nothing on the real version. Nothing on the real version.
It's certainly a bowdlerised plot, as we say. Right, shall we have a look at our first puzzle then, chat?
Oh, puzzles.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Shall we go for captain or shall we go for mermaid?
Let's do captain.
Roxy? Captain. Yes,
Let's do captain.
Please.
Let's do captain.
Yeah. Leo says Scarlet from Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, she's great.
Oh, she's just
gorgeous as well.
Oh, I love the remake version of her. Anything Final Fantasy VII though. Tifa. Now here's a question: Aerith or Eris?
I will always be an Eris girl. That's because it was the first version of the game that I played before they had edited out that. Right, so we're looking at a puzzle now. Everybody, you're not allowed to contribute here.
No,
because
I'm not allowed.
You faced this puzzle on Friday.
I did.
Everyone, this is the captain's puzzle. Now, to solve this puzzle, you'll need to figure out the meaning of the question mark number. So at the very last number there, you can see in that list there is a question mark at the end. That is going to tell you how many times you'll need to turn the captain's key in order to get into the captain's quarters.
It's not as easy as you think it is.
It is not. However, my players did on Friday get this one almost immediately.
Almost, yeah.
So we're having 2 puzzles tonight, chat, because according to my players, this is an easy puzzle. Mathematicians, I hope you are feeling sharp tonight. All right. So a good clue when you begin a puzzle like this is to really, really, really have a close look at the clue and to read it thoroughly as well, and to try and find the relationship between those numbers.
Correct. Was that correction? I got it.
I got it, and I was really proud of myself.
Yes, and you should be proud of yourself. Yeah. It was really good. Oh no, I had to restart my computer. Oh no.
So we're looking for the question mark that's at the end of those numbers. Now, I know what will probably happen, because you guys found it easy. The chat will find it hard. What do you think?
I don't know. It depends how, and I mean no offence by this, how good everybody is at maths.
Well, engineers, mathematicians, I hope you are here. Let your presence be known. So we are playing for a prize as well. We are playing for a gift voucher here.
Ooh.
Yeah. And Lucy says, math is not my strong point. She got it.
She
was
did.
The first one to get it, in fact. So it can't be that difficult, chat. Do we have any thoughts from people? Or will you be rolling intelligence checks tonight?
Brain can't handle numbers.
Yeah. Same. I also have dyscalculia.
Oh dear. Oh, my hair's all in my face. Sorry.
So, what you need to do then is find the commonality between this sequence of numbers. And I think chat's finding this one quite hard
little bit
tonight,
quiet.
actually. Yes, but that usually means they're thinking about things. They are playing for a voucher here. Now, you see, they don't like to give each other clues as well, because what usually happens is somebody comes in with
a clue and then straight away it's like, yeah.
There is some yoinking that goes on with our chat from time to time.
I've seen for the last few weeks, so you're a pretty smart cookie.
Now, if you need a little clue, chat, what if I suggest that it could be something to do with subtraction?
Sky's deep in thought.
Sky's deep in thought. He's staring intensely at the screen, and they've had their first clue as well, which is
I don't think you should give them any more.
No, that's it.
No more.
That's it.
No more.
It does concern subtraction. So you are looking for that question mark number, and it's something to do with subtraction as well. So, we have any thoughts whatsoever? Picky's been at the window. Picky's been having a look.
Makes me boxes.
Roxy, what do you think? You didn't see this puzzle on Friday.
No,
I know it. Yeah, I did see it.
Oh, you did see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was
I'm not allowed to contribute then.
so.
No.
This couldn't possibly be the first time I've ever foxed chat.
It could be.
Oh, that's so typical. And yet my players got it in 2.5 seconds, I'd say.
Lucy got it straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I declare victory over chat, do you think?
No, not yet. Give them another few minutes.
Okay, give them another couple of minutes.
Oh.
One sec.
One sec.
No, okay, fine.
Right, we've been told.
Yeah.
Okay, chat. Oh. Sky thinks she has it. It's because I'm not there.
We have a winner! Congratulations, Sky!
Well done.
That's your first win, isn't it? Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Sky always gives really, really good answers, but they're usually just timed out by another person in the chat, or they are correct, but they're kind of not the puzzle that we're looking for.
No, well done.
So that's this like lateral way of thinking. Congratulations, well done. Do you want to explain, Crumpets, why you've come to that solution, or shall I explain it for you? Congratulations from everybody in chat. Really, really well done.
Oops, someone got it already.
Yeah,
oh, bless.
yeah. So the answer is...
Mithril Sage.
It's line 1 minus line 2, exactly. So 83,517 minus 52,649 equals 30,868. And following that formula, by subtracting 30,868.
By 21,781.
By following that formula down the puzzle, you will then reach the end. Congratulations, Crumpets. You have earned yourself £5 British pounds to spend on GameTea. Yeah.
Well done.
Well done. Yeah, everybody, huge congratulations from everybody in chat. So that was very, very well deducted. Very, very well deducted indeed. Right, now, we have got some interesting 3D sculpts to show you as well.
Have we?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, right.
Roxy, can you pop up Lucy's 3D sculptures? And I know Kilty's going to love this one as well because it concerns one of her favourites. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So these are downloadable.
Oh, I love those.
From our website currently. Both by our fantastic artist founder Lucy. We've got Medusa and we've got the Mermaid. Now,
beautiful.
If you're looking to run a game with these lovely femme fatales, we've got some maps as well that can really help with that. Situating Medusa in the labyrinth is what we suggest, and situating the mermaid on the mermaid rocks is what we suggest. There's also some puzzles that we've pre-written in the module False City Island that can help you run sessions with those two creatures. You can also, if you are a painter, I know there are a lot of creatives in chat, and you're looking for a physical representation of these models, these can now be ordered from GameTea directly. We will put them on our manufacturing printers, and you can have these miniatures for as little as $6.99. It's an excellent bargain, price. That is. Yeah, it's a really good price. Yeah.
It's miniatures like that, you see them elsewhere and they're like ridiculous amounts of money.
Yeah, Crumpet says, looking at that detail, I'm guessing you were using liquid resin printing. Absolutely. We're curing resin, and that just gives you an excellent level of detail for 3D miniatures at that scale.
I have some prints that Lucy's done for me. and they're absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
Crystal Dragon's one of them.
Yes.
I have a Crystal Dragon from the Talismans. That's it.
Yeah.
My Kickstarter's all mixed up.
Yeah.
That many.
You can play. Oh, thank you. You can place your talisman on the Crystal Talisman Dragon as well. The magnificent Crystal Dragon, as he is known as. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good. Fantastic. Now, in times gone by, artists would believe in the concept of a muse.
Yes.
And oftentimes that muse was feminine.
Yes.
So some sources say that there were 3 muses and other sources say that there were 9 muses. But no matter what creative endeavour that you were working on, be it poetry or song or writing or painting, sculpting, architecture, there was usually a muse that you could reliably ask to channel your art through.
Yes.
The artist pretty much considered themselves as being possessed by the muse.
I think
in
that
fact,
relates to modern day arts as well. For like photography, I used to do photography a while ago, and I had a particular model that I worked with.
Yes.
And she was amazing. She still is amazing.
Yeah, a constant source of inspiration.
Yes.
So my second question for you and for chat, actually, because I know we do have some creatives in the chat, as I say. If you could be the muse of one thing, what would you be the muse of?
Hair colour. Hair colour. That's prime example. Hair colour.
Crumpet says, can we have a look at the printout of the mermaid behind you?
Oh, yes.
So could you put that on the product camera, please, Donnie? Chat, we're asking you, what would you be the muse of?
Isn't she beautiful?
Yeah, that's lovely.
The detail on this as well. Just the hair, look at it.
Yeah. Yeah, there is a bit of a signature that Lucy puts in all of her 3D models, and oftentimes as an artist you can't recognise your own signature, your visual signatures, but it's long tails.
Yeah.
It's long tails, these long eel-like tails. Perfect for drowning some filthy little air breather with. Some filthy little 2-legged air breather with, right, chat? Yeah. Okay. Kiltia would be the muse of video games because I love them, or dice. Hegar's muse of baking.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Definitely agree with that one.
Yeah, well, cakes are always welcome here.
Yes,
Cakes and care packages. Leo says, for me, I think I'd be the muse of Final Fantasy XIV or terrible fanfic writing.
Oh, I'm sure they're not that bad.
Was it? Yes, you have missed the first puzzle, darling, but don't worry, there's another one coming up. So we split the puzzles into 2. Today, and Lucy said, I just like to try to do things just that bit differently. Yeah, they have a monstrous edge, but there's something very, very beautiful about that, isn't there?
Yes.
I think if I was the muse of anything, it would probably be visual storytelling. Because as an illustrator, you're often paired up with an author, actually, and it's your job to kind of conceptualise their world.
That comes down to the latest Kickstarter with your maps.
Working
with Micah.
Yes.
And all those visuals you did. Absolutely
It is my
stunning.
ultimate goal as an artist.
It's
to enable other people's storytelling.
It's not only that as well, in the campaign that you run for us, the visuals that you do for us on there are absolutely stunning as well.
Thank you.
I'm not saying this I'm just saying this in general. They are absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Maybe I'll show the chat them one day, and introduce them to some of my worlds, some of my creatures.
Definitely.
I do so enjoy creating the visuals for you guys.
Yes.
Cupboard Tiefling says the muse of Dungeon Masters, helping DMs everywhere answer the question, and what's this NPC's name?
Oh no! Oh
God. Yeah, when you're desperately flicking for inspiration. There's
normally a list. There's normally a list, isn't there?
Mr. Saucer. T. Saucer.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Mr. T. Saucer. With DMs, we've all been there. We've all been there.
Yes.
Mithril says, the muse of useless trivia about Tolkien and history. Mithril Sage, give us a piece of useless Tolkien trivia, please. We're huge fans.
I don't think it is useless.
No, I don't think it's useless.
None of Tolkien trivia is useless. Don't ever let anyone tell you any otherwise.
Does a lot of inspiring people. I'd agree with that. And Leo says, I've been using the maps you've released as inspiration for some of my original writing. And it's been great to use. That's what I love to hear, Leo. Absolutely love to hear that.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah. We have a few more products to show as well, don't we? That are sort of nicely around the theme of the female, the femme fatale, the heroine. What about the Rapture Tin Sign? One of my favourite products of all time.
Yes.
Does that necessarily go under the camera?
Yeah, no, we'll hold that one up. We'll hold that one up.
Actually,
Yeah, just pass it to me, darling. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go, guys. It's got a bit of plastic on it.
So sorry about reflections.
The best thing about this is that it does double as a musical instrument.
No!
We absolutely love this one. It's one of our favourites by a wonderful artist who I work together on this with, Jake Briggs, who now in fact does work, and I'm sure he won't mind me saying this, he does work for Ken Levine. So on his next project, that's the Bioshock man.
It all puts into place.
Extremely cool, right? This is such a great one for your kitchen or your bar area, or even just, I like it sort of against the wall, decorated with vase of flowers or something like that.
You did a post on Instagram or something with it just leaning up against the wall with some simple decorations.
I like the mermaid as well because she is quite shark-like.
Yes.
And she has this beautiful herring pattern all around her body.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
Comes in t-shirt form too.
It does, and you're wearing it, aren't you?
Indeed. I don't know whether you can see it. It's a little bit old now, but...
Crumbit says, on the door of a bathroom. Agreed with that one. Yes.
Next.
Now, there is a little book that we wanted to show you as well. Something that's incredibly handy if you're running a nautical campaign or you're just very interested in the lore of the sea and the lore of seafaring folk. And that is on screen now. Yep. Mermaids.
I love this.
The Myths, Legends and Lore. You can buy it from GameTea. If you haven't had a look at our web store, by the way, please go ahead and do so. And if you're considering supporting a female business this International Women's Day week, we would love to have your custom. It would mean a lot to us. What I love about this book is that it's rough edged. So you've got the parchment edged, and you've also throughout, very unusually,
look at the illustrations. Look how beautiful she is.
But you've got the teal coloured print throughout.
My favourite colour.
This is a book that is what I like to call #aesthetic.
Oh yeah.
And there you go. Now, if you're looking to drown your players in your nautical campaign, I can think of no better tool to enable that.
Little poem there as well. It's in there.
Yeah, it really is a good collection of lore.
It's from Tennyson, that poem.
Oh, excellent.
Beautiful.
Read it out.
Oh no.
We have our trivia. Tolkien used to dress up in accurate Anglo-Saxon costumes and go around with an axe shouting Old English verse for Halloween. Oh. What a character.
Well, those illustrations.
Now, anybody who's from Birmingham, of course, will know that the Tolkien Trail goes past two of the towers that inspired the two towers. Yes, if you are in the Birmingham area, well worth a look.
I love these little illustrations.
I mean, the thing is, though, like the industrial landscape is kind of...
Yeah.
It also inspired Mordor, so...
Two places in one go.
Yeah.
Beautiful little illustrations.
Who wouldn't want a tour
Harry
of Mordor?
Potter meets the Merfolk.
Oh, yes, I like that film.
Yeah.
The Gillyweed film.
Yes.
Yeah. Crumpet says, is that an aged book or is it artificially aged? It is. It's a brand new book, but it has a parchment edge, so it's rough cut, which gives it this lovely finish. Yeah, highly recommended. If you're just looking to sort of quickly research nautical creatures and quickly throw them into your game, but make them a little bit special, make them something that the players haven't seen before and enhance the game, a very, very easy way to do it is to just have a reference book on hand that you know they won't have read as well.
Beautiful.
And start incorporating some real lore, some real folklore, because it's such a vast source of inspiration.
Mermaids from all over
Don't
the world
struggle,
as well.
if you're a DM, don't struggle. Use the resources that are all around you.
There's that many out there. Resources.
Pippin named one of his kids after Faramir, which is cute. Yeah, that's cute.
Oh, wonderful.
Jumpogo says, I'm from Birmingham, I didn't know of this Tolkien Trail. Well done, I felt empty. have a look at that. Yeah, and if you are in Birmingham, you can also go to any of the shops in sort of the Symphony Hall area and buy a poster of it.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know, right? Souffle. His full name is Jolkin, Rolkin, Tolkien.
Okay. That's a bit of a mouthful.
Oh, right, okay.
Alright, what would you like me to show next?
Love it. The Shape of Water is a good film, says Lucy. Yes, now, on the subject of Beauty and the Beast, that's where I've been today. Yeah. I'm sure chat's desperately interested in my decadent lifestyle. I've been to Beauty and the Beast. I've been to the champagne experience of Beauty and the Beast. And I have drunk 3/4 of a bottle of champagne.
Yes. Yes, she has.
So anything can happen tonight.
Oh.
I'll say no more.
No.
I'll say no more.
No.
So, yes, now, so we've had our muses, we've had our favourite female monsters.
Yes.
Why don't we then have our favourite female heroes, our heroines?
Yes.
Now, chat, come on, I want to see some lively answers here.
There are loads.
Yeah, now don't think obvious. Think who truly inspires you in the world of video gaming, films, books. We want to hear about your heroines, be they real, be they fictional. Celebrate some ladies. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Do you know who mine is?
I don't want to guess. You've got probably that
Captain.
Oh,
Captain.
Janeway.
Captain Janeway.
Yes, Captain Janeway.
Captain Janeway.
Yes.
Yes. Do you know my name's Amy Janeway? I wish it was.
I know your name is Amy Jane, but not Janeway.
Well,
no.
it could be.
It could be.
With a simple legal name change.
Okay.
That's how close I am to being Amy Janeway.
Does it cost
Yeah,
anything?
Lucy says Janeway. Yes, they guessed. Everybody guessed it was Janeway. Like Janeway, I am solely motivated by coffee.
Yes, I am very well aware of her coffee motivation.
As my beautiful assistant, that is something that you well realise, don't you? Okay, another one that really, really inspires me, and this is probably going to surprise you, but have you ever played a game called Fallout 3?
Fallout is not one of those types of games that I tend to play.
Well, in Fallout 3, there is a shopkeeper called Moira.
Oh, okay.
And despite the fact that she is in a post-apocalyptic civilization, you know, she's still got the entrepreneurial spirit, shall we say. She's still a businesswoman. And frankly, starting GameTea and running GameTea through like a recession, a pandemic, this terrible war threat that we're under now, it does almost feel that the odds are stacked against
Everybody.
us. But it's at times like that when I think of Moira. Moira has
I didn't know that one. That's quite surprised me, actually.
Moira has an actual nuclear bomb. If you make the right decisions, or the wrong decisions, if you make the wrong decisions in Fallout 3, Moira has an actual nuclear bomb detonated about 12 feet away from her shop. And do you know what,
Please
Hayley?
don't tell me you have one. Please.
Do you know what? She's still running her shop, girl.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's pretty
So
good.
that's my inspirational figure.
Okay.
Okay, so chat, come on then. Let's hear
I
your
wanna hear some of the
lovely
chat's
ladies.
ones.
Janeway is coming up quite a bit, actually.
Oh, yeah.
And Bonnie, Rosie, in with the piratical.
Oh.
Yes. Both in real life and in black sails. I'd call her a hero. Agreed.
Oh,
Now-
there we go. Kiltia. I've seen a name I recognise.
Oh, I have to say, all you lovely GameTea ladies are a huge inspiration in terms of gaming. I think Eris/Aerith has to be mine. I love her.
Yep.
It's that sort of purity of intent, isn't it?
Yes.
And you know, the fact that at the very end of the game, the very last moment of the game, we see Aerith in Midgard again.
Yes.
She, you know, debatably has foreseen the entire set of circumstances that have led her to her death and to the activation of Holy on the planet. What a hero!
The ultimate sacrifice.
The ultimate sacrifice, absolutely. Wonderful.
Now,
wonderful
nobody can tell
character.
me they didn't cry. They didn't have tears when that scene. If you didn't have tears, I don't know what game you were playing.
If you didn't have tears, you banned.
I wouldn't go that far. But I don't know what game you were playing if you didn't have tears.
Yeah, that means an awful lot to us. It really, really does. Krampus is saying, I have to choose the obvious character from Final Fantasy, Claire Farron, also known as Lightning. Great one.
Yeah. Did you know she was modelled after Cloud, essentially? Or there was a lot of akin likeness to Cloud.
Lightning, Cloud. Funny how the weather names have followed the series. Squall as well, of course. Alana the Lioness, Cuppa Tiefling says, disguised herself as a boy to become a knight. And Kelladry of Mindelen, the first openly female knight from Tamora Pierce Tortall books.
Oh.
Fantastic.
Sounds an interesting series.
Bienne of Tarth's replica sword. Lucy's liking Bienne of Tarth. Leo says Shtala from Final Fantasy 14, Lightning from 13, Luna Freya from 15.
Luna Freya.
Bayonetta. Oh man.
Bayonetta. She's on my list.
Yeah.
Oh, I still need to play the second one.
Mithril Sage. This might be a weird one, but I fell in love with May from Night in the Woods. She wasn't exactly a great example of a heroine, but she really pulled through and I felt super connected with her. That's also true of a lot of the heroines in Undertale.
Undertale?
Yeah. Have you ever played Undertale?
No.
Undine is a fantastic warrioress, and she also possesses one of the best songs in the game.
What's that? Xena Warrior Princess, yes.
Yes. Yeah, Xena,
yes.
Of course, yeah.
Ripley.
Ripley.
Yeah.
I
have another one.
Lot, isn't there?
I don't know whether anyone might know this one, but Major Samantha Carter from Stargate SG-1.
Stargate, because you are very much a sci-fi girl, aren't you? Mm-hmm.
I am. Stargate SG-1 and Final Fantasy 7 are my ultimate favourites.
And Dr. Brea says all of the dinosaurs from Jurassic Park.
Yes, because they're all female, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
They are all female.
They are, bless them. Oh, fantastic. Lucy says Ripley, Sarah Connor.
Terminator, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I have a real life one. Amelia Earhart.
Yes.
I love her.
Yes. And her island.
Yes.
The island that she's thought to have crash landed on, Nikomaru, I used as a base for an island in my campaign as well. Mm-hmm.
Learn something new every day.
Yes, it's that particular atoll that she's thought to have landed on.
Right. Yeah, because they've never recovered the plane or her body.
They haven't. There is some evidence that stacks up that she could have been there with her navigator.
Oh, right.
But, yeah.
One of the great mysteries.
Yeah. Well, or maybe she, went into a spaceship as Voyager, Star Trek Voyager tells us, and was abducted by aliens. Anything's possible.
Anything is possible.
Mm-hmm.
We just don't know, do we?
I read an interesting theory the other day,
Oh?
Yeah, it was about alien abduction, actually.
Okay.
Chat's like, please, AJ, no more tangents. I promise I'll get to the next puzzle in a second. Yeah, so basically, alien abductions, they think that whatever we could be coming into contact with is so extra-dimensional and so unable to be comprehended by the human mind that we, in fact, project whatever we expect to see onto the alien entity. So this explains why, certain cultures will see like a Bigfoot alien. Certain cultures will see a little grey man alien.
Yeah.
Based on time frames, if you're talking about abductions that happened in the 40s and 50s, they look like B-movie monsters. If you're talking about abductions that happened in the 2000s, they look like Independence Day creatures.
Yes.
Or it's completely
nonsense.
Yes.
Nonsense.
But still an interesting idea for a monster, isn't it? That you project your image of what a monster should be onto it. An interesting idea for a creature there. Right, now, shall we move on to puzzles?
Yes.
Okay, so we have the Mermaid Puzzle next. Everybody, I hope you're feeling sharp. Mermaid up. Okay. Oh. Okay. The premise then here. Our little mermaid has long been gathering treasures from the surface. But there's just one problem. These valuables have little meaning to her, and so they've become muddled up. Your task then, chat, is to rearrange each jumble of letters into a treasure. The first viewer with all 5 correct answers will win a gift voucher. So go on. What are you waiting for? You filthy, 2-legged hair breathers. The Mermistress doesn't have all day.
Nope. Oh.
Leo says, I know what they are.
That's quick.
What? No! Don't destroy me! Don't destroy me like this.
I have them all as well.
Stop it! Well, it's the first one to put them into chat. It's the first one.
Yes.
You better Get
go,
typing.
Go.
Get to
Opal.
It's come a tiefling.
Hey, well done.
Oh,
that was so quick.
Oh, that's not fair. That's not fair.
They did take a while to do the other one though, so they've got to come back quite quick.
No, this is not fair. Because you guys got the maths puzzle in 2.5 seconds. And now chat's got this puzzle in literally 2.5 seconds. I feel...
Well, don't feel like that.
I feel like I've lost something of my reputation as an infernal puzzle maker.
No, you haven't. No.
I'm sorry, but
they're clearly on it with that one.
Yeah, I am officially withdrawing my nerd puzzle license.
Oh dear.
I'm withdrawing it.
Oh no.
I'm not heading into retirement just yet though.
No, please don't.
I will be back next week with more fiendish puzzles.
Mm-hmm. Good.
But are possibly a little bit harder. Well done, Cup of Tiefling. Well done, Crumpets. Well done, both of you guys. Your vouchers will be waiting for you on Messenger.
Yay!
Yeah, well
done. Don't worry, AJ. Your infernal... What is it? Your infernal crown is intact. Fiendishly wonderful. Oh, that's so nice to hear.
Yeah, punishment's on the way next week,
Cup of
guys.
Tiefling,
So,
sorry.
Make the most.
Don't be sorry.
Make the most
Don't
of
be
your
sorry.
moment of victory. Because,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
you know what happens when you annoy the DM.
Yes. I've been on the receiving end of a DM.
Oh my goodness.
Mm.
So, to take it back to a serious question then, just for a couple of minutes.
Okay.
Just for a couple of minutes. One of the questions that we were asked by Women of D&D this week was, how do we encourage more females in gaming?
Ooh.
How do we encourage more girls and women into this space? And that's a question that I would like to present to chat and also to you. And I'd love to hear your feedback, chat. How do we encourage more girls and women into the Ttrpg space?
It's more educating men, I think, to be more fair and don't dismiss women that want to play.
I'd say that's a part of it. But I personally have never felt unwelcome at the table.
No.
I think a lot of it actually is down to misconceptions. Because when we see things portrayed in other media, when we see the gaming table portrayed in media, it is usually dominated by men, young boys. Actually, I'm thinking of Stranger Things, for example. Big.
Yes.
It's
a very male orientated area.
Yeah. It's understood as that, but actually, 50% of our customers at GameTea are female. So, and I know just from speaking to people who come up to me at the show, it's half and half. So actually females and girls are already here in the hobby.
It all depends on the game, I think, to be honest. I know that my dad used to play D&D a long, long time ago, and I was lucky enough to go and play with my dad and his group of friends.
Yes.
And they'd never had a girl at their table before.
Yes.
They'd never.
Yeah.
But then there was myself and my dad's friend's partner who played. They just kind of didn't know what to do because they'd never played with a girl before.
So actually they were struggling with feeling intimidated that a lady was at their table. I can understand that actually. I can understand that a little bit. Dr. Bray says, I think one of the misconceptions is having a woman in the group also means that she will always want to play a female character.
Not necessarily.
True.
No.
Yeah, I frequently play male characters.
I've played a couple of male characters.
It says it's less often about men being told to adjust. It's the perception that men need to be told to adjust. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Like a lot of the times, it's people who are outside the hobby that think that it's a male-dominated space. And actually, if you're in the hobby space. You're looking around you and you're seeing lots and lots of ladies contributing a hell of a lot of content, doing some really, really good work.
There was another list that
Being visible is very, very important.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you want to play any kind of game, being visible and things like that is and that's massively important.
It's a good idea to have streams like this. So women who are, they may be moving in from video games and thinking, I'm slightly interested in this hobby. Maybe they can then see us, see that we're engaged, look at our fan base, look at the customer base and think, this is a welcoming space for me actually, and I'm completely welcome here.
It's not only that, I watch a lot of YouTube videos because I'm a massive Minecraft player. Because you introduced me to that. You got me hooked on that one. Yeah. And I've noticed there are a lot more female streamers.
Yes.
And YouTube content producers. For example, Hermitcraft. The last season that they had, they introduced Gemini Tate and Pearlescent Moon. There's not that many female content creators on there. I think there's False Symmetry, Zombie Cleo. They've now got Pearlescent Moon,
lots and
Gemini
lots of females.
They're bringing in new players constantly.
Great.
So it's nice. It's nice to see female. It's nice to see more female content retainers.
Says, I think it's partly about accessibility, making games available, seeing others playing games. Totally agree with that, Kiltia. Part of something I find is very, very important is access to a virtual tabletop, because a lot of young women, they may not be particularly safe leaving their homes late at night. It's not a case of feeling unsafe, it's that they may actually be unsafe in the middle of an urban environment or like a long country road, and a lot of us don't feel super confident driving on dark roads on our own. That I'd speak from personal experience. I know you're probably all right.
No,
but
there
I
are
get a little bit
certain
apprehensive.
Certain
and I think having access to a virtual tabletop relieves a lot of the intimidation and pressure of meeting strangers, and also maybe putting yourself in a less than safe situation.
Yes.
Virtual tabletops have changed the game.
Oh, Roll20. Roll20 is one of the major ones.
Yeah. Rosa says, I remember feeling unwelcome and unsafe in my first game, but was lucky enough to find a seat eventually at a game store table. It's great when you're in that environment where people can make you feel safe. And maybe there's some supervision as well. Yeah.
Geek Retreats, the franchise Geek Retreats, they quite often have tables to play.
Mithril Sage says, I think part of it is advertising more the actuality of the games, like showing people the games outside of a gender context and offering a view of the thing less dominated by negative societal conception. Yeah, totally agreed. Again, you're fighting misconceptions, and that's what we're here to do actually, and that's partly why being visible is important. Going into our smaller circles, the people that we are able to influence, and say, to our sisters, aunties, mothers, yes, you are welcome in this game. Yes, come and play with us. You can do it too.
I will allow anybody,
of course,
any games if I've only done one shot, but if I was to branch out in that, anybody is welcome.
Rosie's got a stream as well. Praetors Rejects on Saturdays. Check them out by all means.
Oh yeah. Stick a link in chat if you
Juicy
can.
Lucy says, I think we should open a tabletop cafe.
Geek Retreats.
Game.
We could do a gaming night,
Stream a gaming night online.
Yeah, fantastic.
Ooh.
Right.
Actually have a cafe called GameTea. With the tea, like the stream.
Wow.
My coffee
putting
knowledge.
me amongst coffee all day long.
Stick me behind that coffee machine.
I would be on the moon.
You'd be like a pocket rocket. Go on.
Now, right, we're getting to the end of the stream, guys. So I just wanted to talk to you very, very briefly about, and by the way, some really excellent answers there. It's great to actually be able to rise that discussion, with gamers who, that's what gamers are. They're intelligent, capable, creative, willing to solve any
have a conversation
problems.
as well.
Totally.
See, I live in a household where I'm the only one that's into anything.
Yeah. So I wanted to actually just tell you a brief story about a local legend that we have, and we're still on the subject of the dangerous feminine here. The Mermaid of Blake Mia. Have you heard of her?
No. You mentioned something about this.
The funny thing about the word mermaid, right, is that it's often associated with murdered maids, or Mia maids, or maids of the Mia. So what is Black Mia then, as it's known? Well, Mia is an old word for lake.
Oh.
And the Mermaid of Black Mir, Blake Mir, depending on how you pronounce it, is a legend that we have here in Staffordshire.
I'm surprised I haven't heard this one.
The Black Mir is where she is said to reside. And what Blake Mir is a very small pond on a very lonely part of the Staffordshire Peak District. It's high up. Not in the moorlands. No, this is in the mountains.
Oh, right.
And if you were to look at this from a distance from the roadside, you would see nothing more than sort of a silver shilling in a bleak landscape. That's what it looks like. Yeah. But it has a terrible legend associated with it.
Oh dear.
Yeah. It's not very large. Most surveys, they only put the water a few feet deep, but mysteriously it's never diminished, even when all other watercourses have dried up. So it's said that in the 17th century, the Mermaid of Black Mir was created when a young maiden rejected the advances of a man called Joshua Linnet.
Okay.
May his name be spat upon for all time.
Oof.
Yeah. And thwarted, Joshua convinced the townspeople that she was a witch.
Oh, not nice.
Oh, yes.
Not nice. No.
And she was tied to the tail of a horse and dragged to Black Mir.
Well.
And all the way, she promised them that if they drown her in that lake, her spirit would haunt that lake forever. And unfortunately, she ended up bound, tied, and thrown in the water. And it's funny that history has given us his exact name.
Yeah. So
That has
there's
echoed
clearly
down
some
the
sort
ages.
of truth to it then.
Yeah. So she drowned that day in the Black Mir, and
Well, shame on him.
our mermaid is a murdered maid. But did you know, 3 days later, Joshua Linnet was found dead.
Oh.
And his face was torn to ribbons.
Ooh.
Oh yes,
Oh, dear.
lacerated completely. Just as she'd promised. Now, folk from the area, they tell of reaching hands that come up from the lake, and these reaching hands are impossible to resist. Only by the greatest strength of will can you possibly resist the urge to jump into the lake alongside her.
Wow.
And you may laugh at that legend of a vengeful maid and a pool that never runs dry. But one summer, not very long ago, when all the other pools in the area were completely dry, it became necessary for the fire brigade to come.
Yes. We had that massive drought,
There was a
didn't we?
nearby grass fire, absolutely. And that day, they pumped 100,000 gallons of water from Black Mir. And the water, it never went down. Oh yes. So take care if you're walking in the lonely hills and moorlands of Staffordshire. Each rough dressed stone might be a druid's altar. Each field has history, in fact. Here's a good one for you. Have you heard about Arms Head?
No.
It's called that because the field after the Civil War was so strewn with arms and heads.
Okay.
Yeah,
Arms Head.
self-explanatory.
Yeah.
But in particular, beware the pools. Because they
what's
say
in
they
them?
aren't terribly deep.
No.
But maybe.
It doesn't need to be very deep for what she's going to do to you.
And the pool, do you know how deep it is? 6 feet.
Well, you
That's
could drown
it.
in 2 feet of water. Apparently.
Don't tell that to the Mermaid of Black Mir. She probably already knows.
Probably already knows.
So that's my little legend for you, everybody.
Well, they say no feel like a woman half scorned or something like that, isn't there?
Indeed, indeed.
So for a woman's wrath.
Yeah. In the summer at Mermaid Pool, as the grass grows all around, I think I sometimes hear her sing, "For the mermaid's home I've found."
Not creepy at all.
Sorry. It's my prerogative. It's International Women's Day week.
And we like to celebrate every kind of woman, don't we?
Yeah, we certainly do. So we're approaching the end of the stream now, guys. If you do have any questions and answers, what would you have answers for us?
I don't know. Have we got any questions?
I usually do. If you have any questions for us, chat, please pop them into the chat. Yeah. We'll do our best to answer them in the next few minutes, but we will be leaving you very, very shortly for another week. And I do hope you've enjoyed this week's Game Tea, which has been devoted to our lovely ladies, femme fatales, heroines.
Yes. Everything female.
Oh, yes. Well, yes, of course.
Haven't we?
Yeah. So whilst we wait for those final questions to come in.
So, which one's this one? I can't remember which one.
That is the Coin of Mirrors.
Yes. Right. We on there?
Yep.
So now, I absolutely love this coin. Just let me look out the way.
Here we go.
I absolutely love this coin.
Yeah, more from our Coins of Wonder project. This is the Coin of Mirrors. Of course, on the front we have Medusa the Gorgon. Oh, it's stunning, yeah. It really, really needs to be held to for the true quality to come across. Yeah. This coin is only $6.99, guys. It's a really, really good buy.
It's absolutely solid
on
as well.
The rear is a mirror. It's a perfectly mirrored surface. Now, I keep one of these in my wallet because you never know when you're going to be in a situation where you might need to signal for help. It's a functional heliograph, so if you can catch a little bit of sunlight on that, you can, signal a dropper.
Okay.
You can.
So there's that one.
You can.
And there's this one.
Yeah, we've been working on 2 candles this week, so Leo's going to be really excited about that.
Oh, more candles.
We'll be revealing them on stream soon.
And there's this one.
And Hayley's just going to show you the Coin of Siren and Safe Passages.
I love this one as well.
We have our beautiful Siren Fascinare on one side of the coin.
And on the other side.
On the other side of the coin we have the Fortune. And when employed in game, that will either give you a safe passage on your oceanic voyage or an encounter with Fascinare.
Have you used this one yet or not?
I have not used that one yet, no. Right, okay, we've got some questions coming in. Crumpet says, what candle would you choose to represent the International Women's Week?
Oh
goodness, that is
so many.
It would have to be something strong and yet lovely.
Space Butterfly, but you don't do that one anymore.
No, that was an old one. I'm going to go with something like Health Potion.
Oh yeah.
Because we've got the beautiful balance there of floral elements, but also, you're talking about something that comes from the blackberry. It's a plant that grows effusively, but it's a plant that protects itself as well. And may we all do that. May we all grow and thrive, but also remember to protect ourselves as well.
Witch's Garden as well.
Witch's Garden. That's a very, very smell. Yeah, that's a lovely.
It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Dr. Bray says maybe something to think for next stream. Which fantasy language would you like to be able to speak? Oh, fantastic! Ooh. And Souffle says, if you could be a mermaid, which body of water would be yours? Oh, Souffle, we're from Birmingham, so there's no doubt whatsoever it would be the canals.
No, I wouldn't. No.
You wouldn't?
No.
Oh, just me on my own then.
No, I'd go to Wales.
Oh, okay, bye. Well, you'll have to get there via the canals anyway.
Yes, that's true, actually, yeah.
Something nurturing and herby. Yes, we've been working on our 2 candles. They're going to be released. They're going to be with us very, very shortly. Also, we'll have the new T-shirt that I've been working on.
Yes.
That is currently being silk screened individually.
Beautiful.
What an absolutely quality way to produce T-shirts as well. They do last a long time. Can't wait to reveal that. That should be coming in the next 2 weeks.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know last week you did your little drawing?
Yes.
I had a go.
Ah, and so did Kiltia actually.
I had a go. I haven't posted this anywhere.
Well done to everybody who had a go.
Right. It's very simple. I don't know whether you want to do it on the
wonderful.
product cam. Something very, very simple.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done, Hayley.
I had a go.
And if you haven't had a look at this method, because you're not particularly an artist, you're a very creative person, perhaps not an artist.
I can't draw.
Well, you've done an excellent job there, Hayley.
Yeah.
If anybody is interested in a simple, safe, simple, easy, space-filling design method, then do catch up with last week's stream as well.
It's so simple and easy to do.
Well done, Hayley. Absolutely beautiful. Cup of Tiefling says, is there a monk class t-shirt? Sadly, we have never produced a monk class t-shirt because unfortunately people are less than willing to wear the word monk on them. But maybe it's something that I'll work on if I can make it cool.
All of your stuff's cool, so I don't know where you got that from.
God. Yeah, no, I don't know where I got it from either because I'm not cool. Where did it come from? I've channeled a muse.
Well, Isaac thinks you're cool anyway.
Oh, thank you.
So,
well, at least a 7-year-old. One 7-year-old does. Okay. That's it, everybody. We're going to say goodnight to you now. Thank you so much for joining us for GameTea. Thank you very, very much for being with us this International Women's Day week. If you do feel generous and want to visit the site, it would be most appreciated. We would absolutely love to have your custom. And we will catch you next week for another instalment of GameTea. Congratulations to our prize winners.
Well done to all.
Do you want to do the honours?
Oh, yes, please.
Bye, everybody. Good night.